welcome back to the channel. Today I'm super excited because we're gonna go ahead and knock out the roof wrap on my car. Finally got the film in for Metro Restyling. Originally I wanted to do the 3M metallic black, but I ended up going with Avery, and the only reason why is just because they were out of 3M. So I went with Avery, which is just as good of a film. I already checked it out, saw it in the sunlight, it's gonna look super good. But first thing we have to do to start off the day is we gotta get ourselves a yerba mate. For those of you who drink this, it just hits different. So I'm gonna keep this intro short because we got a lot to do and a lot to cover, because I'm gonna go in depth so you guys, whoever has a Civic or just like any car in general, this will definitely help. But if you have a Civic S, I'm gonna go in detail on exactly how to not only wrap your roof, but how to take off the antenna, which I know a lot of you guys are sometimes worried about because it's a pain in the butt. So of course the first thing we need to do is pull in the car, but as you can tell we have a full house today. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started getting all these cars out of here so we can pull the car in, turn the lights on, and get started. Got the Civic all pulled in, and as you can see, the roof is the same color as the car, Nardo gray. If you guys want to see me wrapping the car, just go back to a couple videos and you'll be able to see that whole process. Going back to the new color, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the car. I think it's a little hard for the camera to focus it indoors. Let me take it outside so you guys can see just exactly how different this is from a normal gloss black. It's so sunny outside that it's kind of hard for it to focus out here too, but if you guys pay attention, there's a lot of metallic flake in there, which is super nice. So my goal is to actually have it done before we lose all the sunlight, because obviously it just looks so much better outside. So we gotta get on it as quick as we can, but definitely thoroughly so you guys can understand exactly what I'm doing. I feel like somebody might comment on this, but I did go ahead and make a custom sweater. I wanted to see what it was like because I had a design made of my car, seeing what it would look like on an actual sweater. If any of you guys are interested in just having one, just for, you know, just showing some 10th gen love, because at the end of the day, it's 10th gen SI. I'll leave the Teespring link down below. It's just kind of something I'm trying out. Obviously, in the future, if things get good, then there'll definitely be some merch going on for the channel. But with all that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and start getting the roof prepped, and I'm gonna show you guys how to take off the antenna. So one thing is, if you guys have a sunroof, especially on the SIs, because then the one thing you have to do is just, this thing will go up and block this area. So what I like to do is tape it down and make sure that way it's not gonna get in the way later. So one extra step that I'm gonna have to take when it comes to my roof wrap is I'm gonna have to get rid of the old film, but I'll show you guys how to take it off just in case you guys are working with the same issue. To take off these ones, you kind of have to like slide them around a little bit and then pull them from the sides. And then eventually they should, there we go. They have a weird clip, you just have to be careful not trying to break them. There we go. So just to show you guys the clip I'm talking about, is it's gonna be right here, and it has a specific hole where it's just gonna pop off. It takes a little bit of elbow grease, but this is what it's actually gonna hook onto. As you guys can see, there's a lot of dirt that gets stuck in there, but we will definitely clean all that out once we do the new wrap. Now comes the antenna removal. There we go, we have our light on. So first things first, we're gonna have to remove these ones right here. Let me see if I can sit you guys down. I feel like, hopefully this works and the camera doesn't fall. I have to pop these off. There's one. Okay, once we have the two caps that go right here, they're taken off. There we go. Once you remove both caps, you're gonna see these two things right here. You're gonna have to pull out them. They have a little area in the middle where you can kind of just clamp it and then pull it out. Once those are out, you'll be able to take these off, and then we're gonna have to remove these. But first, let me do this on both sides just so you guys get a better idea. So all I pretty much use, if you guys are wondering, is I use a tool like this, but you guys can probably end up even using this, two of these, just to push it out, or even some needle nose pliers. Once you have this, there's gonna be a couple of these clips right here that go, they're about, see, there's two at the very top. So let's go ahead and grab our clip tool right here, pop these off, which should be easy enough. Put your clip tool, boom, popped off, there we go. Same with the one over here. And there you go. So now this should be pretty much loose. The only thing that's stopping it is we're gonna have to take this off. You could use the same clip tool. Kind of pry it open, there you go. And then just simply just slide out like that. There we go. Now this should all be pretty much loose. To make it a lot easier, I would just say pop this off. There we go. I'm gonna have two bolts right here. We'll get a screwdriver. Now let's see if I can fit back here. Still kind of hard to get back here, but if you guys will see in there, the camera will pick it up, there's a bolt right there. I'll tell you guys exactly what number size bolt it is. I'm gonna unscrew it and then unplug it. Should be good to go. It's gonna be an 18mm. This is what you're trying to get off, and what I did was kind of use this as a peephole where I took off the light originally, and then just kind of use this so I don't have to stick my head back there. And all you really have to do is just get it pretty loose, and then just unscrew the rest with your hand, and you're pretty much set. Now, like I said, there is a cord that connects to the antenna itself, so all you have to do is follow the wiring back here. I'm definitely all over the place trying to get this antenna off, but here you go. Hopefully this gives you a good view. You're gonna follow that and go all the way down, and then you kind of like tug as you go. And as you can see, this one is plugged in right here. Simple enough, it's just a clip, boom. And there's this one right here, so as you can see there's two, and this one is going to be plugged in right here. Same thing with this one. Easy clip to get off, and then you should be all set. This tape was when I first took it off. It's just that to make sure it wasn't rattling all over the place. Okay, and it looks like the antenna is free to be pulled out from the top now, right there, see? And if everything went right, we should just be able to, oh, it's just tape. Fish it all out. Oof, this is one long antenna cord. Come on. There we go. Bam. And all that work just to get this thing off. A lot of you guys will probably be like, damn, it's hella work just trying to get the antenna off. But in the long run, it's worth it because your roof wrap is gonna come out much cleaner than trying to cut around it. And you don't wanna take longer just trying to make a circle, figure out, make sure it's covered, and even put a second piece. This way you can do it in one piece and have enough to wrap the antenna off the car, which makes that a whole lot easier as well. So like I stated before, I'm gonna have to do an extra step. I turned on the steamer just cause right here, we do have old wrap we have to take off. But if you guys are wondering, you know, if you guys happen to have some old wrap that you wanna get rid of, steamer is my best way of doing it. What it does is it softens it and it doesn't make it so hot where it starts to break off like it would with a heat gun. So I'd say after about close to an hour of trying to remove this thing off. Finally got it all off, cleaned off the glue. I'm still gonna go over it, and one thing that I picked up earlier on the way here, one of my favorite products that you can actually use, which would be the Meguiar's clay kit. Obviously there's lots and lots of clays out there, but I like this one because not only can you pick it up at Walmart, which is convenient to most people, but it comes with 3 clay bars. It even comes with a spray to like give it a nice clean finish, and it comes with a free microfiber. So you get everything in one package. And the main reason you want to use a clay bar is because it gets rid of all the little contaminants on the wrap so you don't see it, because the wrap is almost like a paint. If you leave a little bit of piece of dirt, it's going to show through. Maybe not as profound if it's smaller, but definitely you want to make it look like paint. So just a tip for you guys. So finished up cleaning the roof. Now we have all our tools set here. So I always like to lay out all my tools so that way I'm not searching for it when I am doing it. We're gonna have our torch. Obviously you guys don't have to use a torch if you guys have a heat gun, but you definitely need something to make sure that you guys can stretch the vinyl and use it also to heat out any imperfections. We have our magnets. You guys don't need those. I just have them in case. If you're ever doing a job by yourself, they do come in handy though. Squeegee of course, and your knife to cut the extra amount of film. Everything's clean, like I said. I don't have to worry about any contamination. So now I just have to apply the film and start actually wrapping it. And that should be the last step. Sadly, we are losing sunlight super quickly. So I can zoom in for you guys, but yes, we are losing sunlight. So more than likely, I'll have to wait till tomorrow to show it in the sunlight. So I just recorded myself putting on the film on the car itself, and I'm kind of annoyed because I thought I had put it on my phone, and for some reason I think my speakers on my phone they can't hear me talk. It's strange, but it was like almost like wind was going through it the whole time. But I'll go over it. Hopefully in the video I can put some captions explaining what I'm doing, but either way, we got the film going. I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys on a time lapse and just get that going so you guys can see the process and we can knock this thing out. finally all done with the roof wrap. It looks so good. Finished out taking out all the bubbles and anything that I seen, and I went around and did the middle section right here as far as the sunroof goes. So now the only thing that's really left is to wrap the antenna, which doesn't really take that long. Here's the antenna. Just need to wipe it down with some alcohol. Took off the old black wrap that it did have on there, and that's pretty much gonna be it. And the antenna is all wrapped up. It is actually in two pieces, but I made the seam line up perfectly so you can barely see. And once it's in the sunlight, it's probably not even going to be noticeable whatsoever. But it came out really nice. And like I said, I just love this flake that it has going for it. So just like when doing any project, now that everything is done, all that's left to do is put everything back together. And let's get some cinematic shots in the shop. Like I said, tomorrow I'll give you guys the shots in the sunlight, but for today, that's all we can do. One thing I really liked is that it makes the car look a little bit more aggressive. We'll definitely see in the sunlight, so we'll just pick this up back tomorrow. And it's the next day, guys, and we are having a very sunny day today. So not only that, but we get to see this wrap in its full best lighting. And honestly, it was so worth getting this color. But I'm gonna show you guys. Enough talking. As you guys just saw in that little cinematic that I did for you guys, the color looks absolutely crazy. It's so sunny outside that it's a little blinding, but once you do get close to it, you can perfectly see all the metallic flake going on. And I'm so glad I went with this over the gloss black just because it looks way different. I've noticed a lot of cars that have the gloss black looks like everything else, but the metallic gives it enough different where it's not going to be crazy or something that stands out way too much, but it does give it a very unique taste. With that being said, I hope you guys liked the video. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like, comment. It all helps the channel. And thank you so much. We're almost at 2K and it's crazy. But until the next one, guys, peace.